And then to top everything off, on the television, all over the television, probably social media and whatnot, there is a new Captain America that is introduced into the world with Captain America's original shield that Sam gave to the Smithsonian. WTF. So, episode 2 starts off with a high school band basically playing a Marvel Studios theme, and it's pretty cool and kind of awesome. And we see that John Walker, who is the new Captain America, is revisiting his alma mater as Captain America. And you get a little bit of a hint of his history. He definitely was in the military. And he has a conversation with his wife, who walks into the locker room where he's at, and he's reminiscing and kind of going over things, and whether he's just like, is it right that I'm doing this? Should I be doing this? Can I do this kind of thing? And, of course his wife is just like, you've got this. And so as she walks out, John's best friend is walking in, and he's like, is he puking yet? And she's like, no, not yet. So, on a side note, John Walker is being played by Wyatt Russell, who is the son of Kurt Russell, who played Ego, Star-Lord's dad in the Guardians of the Galaxy. And when you look at him, if any of you are as old as I am, you're gonna see that he looks just like his dad when his dad was young. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. However, I think he looks awful in the mask. Awful. There's just something about his chin that doesn't line up, and his smile, and yeah, I find it hideous. Hideous. And that's no offense to Wyatt. I think the costume design area could have done something a lot better for him. However, so we're cutting to a lot of PR stunts that are going on onto this football field of John Walker's alma mater, and he's there, and and he's pulling a lot of swag, which he's really good at, and it's a lot of PR stunts, and that's really disconcerting, because even though in a way that's kind of how Steve Rogers kind of came about. Yeah, it was just kind of creepy, and also it's just like weird to think that there's so many plugs, because they were on Good Morning America, which is part of ABC, which is owned by Disney, and here we are with Marvel being owned by Disney, and yeah, okay. So Sam and Bucky are both aware of this information, and obviously both of them have a different take on the ramifications. So Bucky confronts Sam and said, "Why did you give the shield up? You know, it should be yours. You know, Steve entrusted it to you." All that kind of stuff, and Sam was just like, "You know what? I just wasn't ready for it. I didn't know what was going to happen with it. I just thought it was going to stay in place at the Smithsonian." And there were several like comedic moments that were in that scene that were just like A plus. I was just like, oh my gosh, these two have such great comic timing. It is fantastic. Even if they're going against each other, I just loved it. It was fabulous. So Sam is on the hunt for the Flag Smashers, and Bucky is like, you know, "I want to come along, I want to help," and Sam's like, "No, you know, there's no. But Bucky is like, "No, I'm coming along. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it." So they board the plane together, and at some point, you know, Sam does his, you know, little dive off the plane, and Bucky was just like, "Oh, okay, I need to shoot." No shoots. Okay, so he rips off his jacket, you know, reveals his vibranium arm, and says, "Okay, I'm just gonna jump." Woo! And there he goes, and I mean, makes a pretty good landing for the fact that he's, you know, primarily bionic and, you know, cybernetic and computerized and whatnot. I don't recall everything. But he survived. And he actually gets caught up with Sam via Red Wing, and and Bucky is like, "I'm ready to just kill Red Wing." And it's so funny. So Sam and Bucky are basically like scoping out this warehouse where all these Flag Smashers are, and what they're trying to deliver upon a couple semis and things like that. And so they know that they gotta follow that. And they're trying to be incognito, which kind of gets somewhat sabotaged, but the trucks go on anyway, and Bucky and Falcon, you know, go up toward them, and there's all sorts of stuff that happens, and it's mostly on top of these two trucks, and you find out that these Flag Smashers are just like amazingly powerful. Actually, Bucky finds that out while he thinks that he encountered a hostage on one of the trucks. But it turned out that she was a part of Flagmasters, and she had really awesome, like, strength, and punched him the hell out of that damn truck. So it's been an ongoing thing between the inside of the truck, the upside, which is always so dangerous but great for filming, and they did a really good job with that. There were a couple parts that I thought were like, bleh, but otherwise they did a good job. And then suddenly Captain America swoops in with his shield, and he's on a helicopter and jumps down. He's got his own little sidekick named Hoskins, and I'm not sure if Hoskins plays into anything in the comics, but he just kind of is like the sidekick slash I'm the one that's going to get in trouble, help save me kind of character. Which, considering some of the commentary about this issue, I do have a little bit of a problem with that. So overall, everyone is defeated. Like, the Flag Smashers get away. Falcon and Bucky are tossed off into a certain field. They're trying to find their way back somewhere. John Walker's Captain America and Hoskins eventually encounter them on the side road and say, hey, come on. The airport's 20 miles away, just come aboard. And Bucky and Sam are reluctant, and then eventually they come aboard, and so they do get talking about all the events together, which is great. So great. However, they don't trust each other. And that's so hard. It's like, Sam and Bucky break off. So Bucky and Sam stream off, and Bucky knows a place where, he can get some information about super soldiers, because clearly the Flag Smashers have had access to the super soldier serum. And that's freaking crazy. So he shows up at Isaiah's, makes himself known, and I would assume his grandchild basically says, no, there's no Isaiah. And Bucky was just like, well, if you tell him that so-and-so from whatever war at this point in time in life, he'll know who I am. So the teenager goes away, eventually comes back and lets Bucky and Falcon in. And I didn't realize it until like the third freaking viewing that Isaiah was played by Carl Lumley, one of my favorite actors in the world. He was so good that I couldn't recognize him, and I was just like, you pulled one over on there. Oh, goodness gracious. And it was beautiful. So to continue with the story, Bucky and Isaiah had a past where they had to battle each other and whatnot. Isaiah actually won, which was great, and then he was jailed. And probably due to his skin color. At least that's the way that the show makes it feel, and I feel that it's a great commentary to display. Isaiah's been in jail for 30 years. He's been out for how long? We don't know. But he's basically like, F you. Don't come back here. I don't want to see you. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around my family. Get the F out. And the information that Bucky was hoping for really didn't come to pass. And that was sad. But boom. So they step outside, and Sam is just like, why the hell did you not tell me that there was a black super soldier that existed in our world? And Bucky was like, it wasn't up for me to tell the world that. And Falcon was like, blown. His mind was blown. And It's just like, you know, if you had known how many kids could have benefited from the idea of a black super soldier. The commentary is strong and it's powerful to me, and it makes me sad. At this point, with Bucky being arrested, being encountered by the cops, who didn't go after the black man, Bucky had to report to his therapist. I have to stop. I'm sorry. This episode kind of really hits me a little bit. The writers have done very well as far as regarding black persons and everything that's been done wrong to them. I will continue this preview at some point, but right now I can't. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm trying to be A-okay with fellow brethren. Love and light to you all.